Have you ever seen an apple fall from a tree? It's a common sight, something we often take for granted. It seems so simple, right? Just an apple falling to the ground. But for one young man, it sparked a really big question, a question that would lead to a groundbreaking discovery. A question that would change how we understand the whole world and the universe around us. That man was Isaac Newton, and wondering why that apple fell down led him to discover gravity. This simple observation led to a monumental shift in science. Newton realized there had to be a reason why the apple fell down and not up. He pondered deeply on this phenomenon. He started thinking about the moon and how it goes around the Earth. Could there be a connection? Could the same force that pulled the apple down also be keeping the moon spinning around the Earth? This was the beginning of a new era in understanding our universe. Isaac Newton wasn't always famous and known as a genius. Born in England a long time ago in 1643, his childhood wasn't easy. His dad died before he was born and his mom remarried, leaving him to be raised by his grandma. Even though things were tough, Newton was always curious about everything around him. He was a great student and went to a famous university called Cambridge. That's where his amazing intelligence really started to show. The story goes that Newton was sitting under an apple tree when he had his big idea. It was a calm and sunny day, perfect for contemplation. Seeing the apple fall, he realized the force pulling it down was the same force that controlled how planets and stars move. This was a groundbreaking moment in science. He called this force gravity. It was a term that would forever change our understanding of the natural world. Newton discovered that gravity is a force that pulls any two objects with mass towards each other. This was a universal law that applied everywhere, like you and me and the Earth and even faraway stars. Everything in the universe is connected by this invisible force. How strong this pull is depends on how massive the objects are and how far apart they are. The closer and more massive, the stronger the pull. This simple but important idea completely changed how we understand the universe. It laid the foundation for modern physics and astronomy. Newton's discoveries didn't end with gravity. His curiosity and intellect led him to explore many different areas of science. He came up with 3 laws of motion, which are super important in physics. These laws help us understand how objects move and interact with each other. He made amazing discoveries about light and color, showing that white light is made up of all the colors of the rainbow. And he even invented a new type of math called calculus, which is still used today in fields like engineering, economics, and even medicine. Newton left behind an incredible legacy. His work laid the foundation for many scientific advancements that followed. He wasn't afraid to ask big questions about the world, questions that others might have thought impossible to answer. And because he was so smart and determined, he solved some of its biggest mysteries, changing the way we understand the universe. He showed us that the universe follows rules that we can figure out, rules that can be discovered through careful observation and experimentation. Newton famously said, "I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself in now and then, finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me." This quote reflects his humility and endless curiosity. His words inspire us to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop learning. Newton's legacy reminds us that there is always more to discover.